Welcome to Making Recognition Meaningful by Hinda Incentives. This three-part instructional video series will help you learn how to make employee recognition experiences more personal, more relevant, and more meaningful. But before we get started, let's explore why employee recognition matters, now more than ever in the modern workplace. A survey by Cicero Group found that 50% of employees believe that being thanked by a manager improves their relationships and fosters greater trust with higher-ups. A Socialcast survey found that 69% of employees say they would work harder if recognized for their efforts by managers. And Burson by Deloitte reports that companies with effective recognition programs enjoy 31% lower voluntary turnover rates. Despite having a company program for recognizing and rewarding employees, many managers are not sure how to give recognition or present a recognition award in a way that will be meaningful and memorable. In this series, we'll share ideas on how to plan to make recognition experiences more meaningful. And we'll provide tips on how to prepare for and present employee recognition so it creates a more personal and relevant experience. Ready to get started? The first step in planning is to review your company's criteria for the type of recognition you'll be giving. Are you recognizing the employee for their length of service, performance, safety record, or for another type of achievement? Make sure you understand the guidelines associated with delivering and presenting the specific recognition or award. Next, collect and verify details for the employee being recognized. This includes their years with the company, department they work in, job titles over the course of their career, and personal details like the employee's preferred name and previous accomplishments. Now, choose a setting for the recognition experience. Your choices include one-on-one recognition in the employee's work area, recognition in a regularly scheduled meeting where the employee will be present, or at a special recognition event staged for the sole purpose of recognizing one or more employees. And finally, schedule the recognition event at least 2 weeks in advance, and if fitting, invite any members of upper management that you would like to attend. If you plan on staging a special recognition event, there are a few additional details you need to keep in mind. Some employees may not be comfortable being recognized at a public event. For this reason, be sure to talk to the recipient in advance. When you meet, explain the awards details along with your plans for the event. Ask if the employee has any questions or concerns. If the individual is uncomfortable receiving public recognition, try to put them at ease, explaining that they won't need to deliver an acceptance speech unless they choose to. Finally, if the employee is not comfortable with a recognition event, respect his or her wishes and arrange to present the recognition one-on-one in a private setting. To review, follow these basic planning steps to make employee recognition experiences meaningful. Review your company's criteria for the type of recognition award you'll be presenting. Verify facts and personal details. Choose the appropriate recognition setting. And if this is to be a special recognition event, consult with the employee in advance. Welcome to Part 2 of the video series, Making Recognition Meaningful. In this segment, we'll share tips on how you can prepare to deliver recognition in a meaningful way. One key to making recognition meaningful is gathering the accurate background information you'll need to make the experience personal and relevant. Talk to friends and coworkers of the employee. Gather stories that are memorable. Identify occasions when the employee went above and beyond what was expected or went out of their way to help others. Learn about the employee's interests outside of work, and capture this information on note cards for later reference in writing your award presentation speech. Next, review your notes and write your speech. Whether you're making your presentation in a one-on-one interaction, at a meeting, or in a special event, writing your remarks in advance is important. Your speech should address each of the following questions. What is the award or recognition being presented? What did the employee do to achieve the award or recognition? What are examples of the employee's good qualities that led to this award or recognition? What are high points of the employee's history with the company, and how does the behavior being recognized tie into the company's success? Write out your remarks and read them aloud several times, editing out parts that seem too long or don't fit your natural speaking style. Now it's time to practice your delivery. Find a quiet place. Put your written speech aside and practice your delivery from beginning to end, speaking from the heart. Be warm and sincere. As you practice, imagine you're engaging the recipient and others at the presentation. It will be far from perfect the first time through. Practice several times from beginning to end, and in no time, you'll be ready for the real thing. Remember that the act of giving recognition for achievement is an important part of your responsibility as a manager and an important event in the work experience of an employee. To review, preparing for a recognition presentation involves these simple steps. Gather relevant background and personal information. Write out your presentation remarks. Then put your written remarks aside and practice delivering it several times in a sincere, warm, and engaging manner. Welcome to Part 3 of the video series, Making Recognition Meaningful. Here we'll offer tips on how to present employee recognition in a way that creates a meaningful and memorable experience for all involved. Let's start with a few do's and don'ts. Do take responsibility personally for organizing the recognition experience. This is your opportunity to express sincere appreciation as a manager. Next, be sure that you and others involved are punctual. And finally, review all of the details, from the setting to the attendee list to preparation of the recognition, all in advance of the presentation. Next, there are a few important don'ts associated with recognizing employees. Don't make jokes or references to past mistakes. Never mention race, age, sex, sexual orientation, religion, or disabilities. And finally, be careful not to suggest or reference continued employment in your remarks. Now, we'll review a few moments from 3 different types of employee recognition experiences. First, let's listen in on part of a one-on-one recognition experience.
Hey, Jim. You got a minute? Hey, Bob. Everybody gather around. Come on, just for a minute. Jim, I don't know if you're aware of this, but today marks your first anniversary with the company. So I just want to tell you that in a short period of time, you've made a huge difference. I really appreciate the way you jump in and do things and take initiative. It's definitely noticed, so thank you.
Recognizing an individual's first anniversary is a great way to make employees feel valued and appreciated. This is particularly important for younger workers who value recognition and seek to make meaningful contributions in the workplace.
In recognition of your 1 year of service, I'd like to present this to you.
Wow, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Glad you're here, man.
Way to go. Congratulations.
Yes.
Next, let's listen in on presenting a recognition award in a meeting setting.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate your input. Before we conclude our meeting, I have one more item that is not on the agenda. I would like to recognize a member of our team for consistently setting high standards and making plant safety a mission-critical priority. That person is Mary Sweetland. When Mary came to this company just out of college about 5 years ago, I thought she was the shy and reserved type, but she quickly proved me wrong and took on increasing responsibilities and some pretty significant challenges, and she made a huge difference in the company.
Recognizing an employee at a regularly scheduled meeting can be a great way to celebrate achievement with a team of peers.
So with that, Mary, it's my privilege to present to you this award for exceptional achievement in plant safety.
Thank you, Bob. Wow, really appreciate it. It's been a great year, guys, and I could not have done it without you, so thank you.
And finally, let's look in on a special recognition event.
I would like to thank you all for joining me to help honor Beverly Burdett for 25 years of service to our company. To say that Beverly has been a dedicated employee.
While more structured than the previous 2 recognition settings, a special recognition event should adhere to the same principles espoused throughout this series. Explain the award, discuss what the employee has done to achieve it, and share insights on the recipient gathered from discussions with coworkers and friends.
To say that Beverly has been a dedicated employee is an understatement. I'm reminded of the time last year when she led the project to upgrade our accounting software. She and her team worked tirelessly, nights and weekends, to make sure the project went off without a hitch. She also made sure we were all trained and up to speed when the project went live. Beverly, would you join me up here, please?
And most importantly, be warm. genuine, and
On
engaging.
behalf of our CEO, Wendy Ashton, our entire company, and myself, I'd like to thank you for 25 years of dedicated service to our company. Congratulations.
Learning how to express appreciation and recognize employees is an important part of every manager's job. In addition to the in-person forms of employee recognition demonstrated here, social recognition from peers can be a powerful way to incorporate continuous feedback into your employee recognition strategy. If this is of interest, let your HR department know that you're interested in our social recognition platform. We hope that this video series has provided you with suggestions that you'll use to plan, prepare, and present your next employee recognition experience. This concludes our video series, Making Recognition Meaningful. You can download a PDF of the tips outlined in this series, along with other helpful tools for managers on the webpage where you launched this video.